Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my Capcom Spotlight February 2025 impressions. Yeah, and I wanted to do a little video on this, mainly because of the Onimusha stuff that they brought up, but I'll also go through the rest of the stuff that they did as well. So we'll save the Onimusha stuff to the end. They talked about Monster Hunter Wilds Open Beta 2, featuring flagship monster Arkveld. Let's see. It's supposed to test your skills. A Gypseros hunt in a training area to explore, and some online features like private lobbies and online single-player mode for players to try out. That's always good to kind of test that stuff out before stuff gets in the wild. With the single-player one, you can use an SOS flare to switch to multiplayer when you need help. That's really cool to have those kind of things in there. Transfer their data from the first open beta to this new one, and also returning will be character creators, story trial, and the Doshugama hunt. And that is happening through Thursday the 6th to the 9th, and then the 13th through the 16th. That's kind of cool, and you'll be able to transfer the character's data to the full game, but no game progression will carry over. That makes sense. And of course, if you try it out, you get a bend-in as a bonus. Let's see. Wild also reveals the Ice Shard Cliffs and new enemies just waiting to be fought. Let's see. The game's set to be released on February 28th. Giving you some new monsters. The Bukirki Woodwood, known as Robe, the Hirabami, Leviathan, Nersilla, Temnoceran, and the ferocious Gore Magla. And yes, we will learn more about the flagship monster as well. Capcom Fighting Collection 2 launches on May 16th. Let's see. I'll bring a collection of fighting games that include Capcom vs. SNK, Millennium Fight 2000 Pro, 2 Mark of the Millennium 2001, Capcom Fighting Evolution, Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, Power Stone 2, Project Justice, and Plasma Sword Knight of the Bilstein. Street Fighter 6 also adds Fatal Furies May on February 5th. Let's see. Second last character year be the second last character year 2 character following M, Bison, and Terry. Elena will be the final character added in this group, and more details on her will be revealed in the future. So that's a lot of good stuff there for Capcom. We don't have any Resident Evil stuff, which it's fine. But let us get into Onimusha. I really like that they got into the new one, Way of the Sword, which we got some details here. When focusing on this entry, they've got 3 core aspects: creating compelling characters, a new protagonist, and engaging enemies. Okay, see how that kind of works. Trying to recreate the setting of Kyoto, bringing historical real-life locations. And they want to create the ultimate sword-fighting action game with the visceral satisfaction of slicing through enemies. That sounds pretty cool. We can always use more of that. Let's see, we didn't learn much about the new protagonist, but it will be set in the Edo period, and we'll be fighting off against evil creatures known as Genma. Due to a twist of fate, our protagonist will wield an Oni gauntlet and use it to dispatch any foes in his path and feed its souls in return. And a big important thing is it'll be challenging, but the team doesn't want it to be impossibly difficult. Instead, it wants to be a game that action fans of all skill levels can enjoy to its fullest. I like that. I want that so that way anyone who's trying to play can set it to a difficulty level that they are comfortable with. And that's cool. I like that that's a big thing that they're putting out for that. So that's really making me cool with the next one. The big thing is that Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny is getting a remastered version in 2025. And, of course, they're like, the next one will probably be out in 2026. Hopefully this will tide you guys over. It's like, yay! Alright, I enjoyed going through Onimusha 1 as Warlords. And I'm glad that this will be out. It's also going to be on PC, which I'm definitely going to be playing it on. I'm just waiting for Steam to get it so that way I can have it wish list and have it put into that kind of category. I hope that this works out, and Hopefully that means that a lot of people showed enough interest in the first remaster to show interest in the franchise. So that way they're like, alright, here's more of it. So that way people like me, who haven't been that experienced with the Onimusha franchise, can get into it. That's the kind of stuff that's important for these remasters and re-releases. See, especially with like older kind of consoles that are being underutilized or being unable to be played anymore, we need it for game preservation. At least on the level of being just even like a quick and dirty port of like, here you go, or whatnot. Like we've been seeing on like good old games, GOG, with like the Resident Evils and Dino Crisis. That's kind of cool. I'll have to look into those at a certain point, especially Dino Crisis, because that would be pretty kind of cool to like do stuff with that. But even though it's always leery of like, what are you doing with this remake or remaster? If you're able to play that game and let new people experience it and get into the franchise and be like, I want to be in on this franchise and see what's going on with it, that is the best way to get new people in, see what's going on, get new fans, and see them kind of be able to experience the franchise and have their voice within the franchise of what's kind of going on. Because they might bring new kind of perspectives on what's kind of going on since they're playing it later. And you're like, oh, okay, this is something that could have been brought in or could be brought into future kind of iterations. That's always cool. And I know that I'm focusing more on Onimusha at this point, but even though I'm not that much into street fighting, like a Street Fighter or like the fighting kind of games, I'm glad that they've done stuff with that. This seemed like a balanced one. I'm a little bit into Monster Hunter. I'm kind of more just like, okay, kind of cool if it's kind of out there and I'm interested in seeing what kind of armor and shit and wanting to play with people, sure. This one I really like because this is kind of more the single player and dealing with the kind of strange kind of mashup of samurai fighting weird undead demon fucking things. And it's like, okay, cool. Always do that kind of stuff. Yeah. Alright, so I'm happy that we'll be able to see that in 2025, and I'm definitely looking forward to that at some point. And definitely looking forward to seeing what they're able to do with the new iteration in 2026. So, those are my impressions of the Capcom Spotlight. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.